Guys, I'm sorry it's been so long. I know I missed the last fight night. We got the Sean O'Malley card predictions, but we did not do a fight night. To apologize, I thought I'd show you guys my $1 million property I made off sports gambling. Take a look at that. The pool's getting clean. That's why it's green. I don't want to see any comments about the pool being green. We have beautiful chairs, beautiful sky, pool, hot tub. All this through sports gambling. All this through my picks. All of which have hit. But we're going to go in descending order. We're not going to go in, because this has to be a quick video. The editor, I think it's just Owen. I think that's all we call him. But so the editor could get this out. And I think that you guys might be able to hear there's a commotion going on. I'm trying to keep that to a minimum for you guys. But let's start with Jamahl Hill versus Khalil Rountree. Khalil Rountree is a great fighter. And so is Jamahl Hill. Both of them are very, very talented. Jamahl Hill, former champion, had to take some time off due to an injury. Came back, lost to Alex Pereira, who was one of the pound-for-pound top at a certain time before his last loss. But he's fighting. He fought Yuri, got knocked out. Okay. He fought Pereira, got knocked out. Paul Craig submitted him. There's so many things I could say about this guy. But one question is, could he beat Khalil Rountree? And the answer to that is yes. Khalil Rountree has lost to guys that he's knocked out. He literally said that in his upcoming. And Khalil Rountree is kind of making one of his claim to winning, that he lasted longer against Alex Pereira, which I think is really a bad take, especially when you're comparing resumes with someone like Jamahl Hill. Do I think that Khalil Rountree could take a lot more damage, though? That is the question. Khalil Rountree can end a fight. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure he hasn't fought since Alex Pereira. But do I think that he's going to beat Jamahl Hill just because he was able to take a beating better? No. I think I'm probably going to give it to Jamahl Hill, but I think it's going to be a great fight. I think that this is one of those fights that could go to the decision. Hopefully it doesn't, because that would be incredibly... No, you know what? It would be fun, because both of them could take... Khalil Rountree could take a lot of damage. Jamahl Hill is just a technical fighter. I think Yuri Prochazka, that loss was understandable, considering that Yuri Prochazka is one of the better fighters of the light heavyweight division. But let's move forward. Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Bahamondes, I think, has kind of been in the spotlight a little more than Fiziev, other than Fiziev fighting him, other than Fiziev fighting Gaethje. But I mean, Bahamondes beating Jalen Turner is a huge win, and then especially moving through the division, getting more and more better, more recognition to his name. I think this is his second fight in 2025. He beat Rafael dos Anjos. He beat Gamrot. But he's lost to Gaethje twice. Where will this put him? I think this will put him probably in a fighting more of the top guys, other than he already has. Lemon Spindrift. But I think that's kind of what this fight is. It's kind of a vying for who's going to be fighting at the top level of the lightweight division. So, personally, based on, and you can only judge from their last performance, I think I'm going to have to say Bahamondes. It sounds like a casino. Bahamondes Casino and Resort. I think Bahamondes is going to win just because the more technical approach to fighting that he has. At this point in their careers, you don't really have to bring up experience, but you can kind of say that Bahamondes is more experienced in the octagon, more comfortable, and has a good, well-rounded approach to fighting. Curtis Blades versus, I can't even say his last name. Curtis Blades is going to win. He fought Tom Aspinall last, and that's a big ask, especially for getting a title shot in your last fight and then coming down to fight Kaniev. So I think I'm going to give it to Blades just because I think his striking is probably superior, and I think that he's going to be able to fend off takedowns easier. I'm giving it to Orobai. Orobai lost in his last fight, which it was kind of hard to watch. Very upsetting, but I think that, that was kind of It was his second fight in the UFC. Let's cut him some slack. I'm gonna give it to Orobai just because I like the caveman. Other than that, I can't really judge properly the rest of these fights because it's all, I don't even know, like, the names start to blend in at a certain point. I think it is in Saudi Arabia, so, get ready for a snooze fest. Except Naimov, I'm going to give him the win. Thank you guys. I'm sorry for a quick video. We're going to be rolling out a lot more content soon, like interviews and a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of predictions for the future of cards that haven't even been guessed. I'm going to be putting down guesses, stuff like that, and doing more fun stuff. So, to all my 130 subscribers, thank you, YouTube Shorts. That's right. Clip farm, we're clip farming. Here, hold on. We're going to upload this as a clip. I'm going to clip farm. Hold on, I'll clip farm. Me when Conor McGregor return. Alright. We're clip farming out here. Alright, thank you guys.